Hi Taurus, my name is Sonia. I'm leaving my fan on because my kids are asleep and I don't want to wake them up. So hopefully you can hear me good. Okay, so this is your Tarot and Oracle message. I realized I forgot to do yours last week, so I'm sorry, and I'll make it up to you by doing an extra message sometime. Also, remember that energies can flow both ways. So I could be talking about you or someone you're dealing with, and I like to look at both the external story and the internal patterns going on within you, because your external reality is reflecting back to you what's going on inside of you. And also, if you like this video, I appreciate any likes, subscribes, and shares. I'm trying to think, there's something else I was going to say and I can't remember what it was, but alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first oracle card we got for you guys is relaxation. And basically what I'm getting from this card is that, well, and from some other cards down here, is that you need to take time to yourself and relax and rejuvenate, because I'm seeing that there is some healing that you need to do, and there are intuitive messages trying to come into you, and you are blocking them, turning your back on them. We've got the talisman here. Now, this has a double meaning. So, the talisman talks about turning your back on what you know isn't good for you, okay? And what I'm showing is that you've got, it's like you've got two different energies coming in at you. Now, I can talk about them as if they're people, but remember that they're energies. So it could be habits, patterns, and thinking, the way that you think about things, jobs, situations coming back at you, okay? But what I'm showing is that there's something that you're not listening to your intuition about with this High Priestess reversed, okay? And this also talks about, or this, it could be a Pisces or I think Libra that you're dealing with, but there's something that you haven't released that you need to end, some kind of pattern within yourself, okay? And this reading is about learning what that is and letting it go. So what I'm showing is that you're, you might be trying to escape. We've got the Knight of Materials here, and he's like facing away from all the other cards, clarifying that talisman, like he's trying to escape in some type of escapism. It could be like through alcohol or drugs. It could be through social media, and specifically I'm seeing through work. But because of that, because you're trying to escape, you actually, it's like you're sitting here, the darkness is trying to close in on you, okay? And you're sitting here holding it, sitting there in the, what is it, little window type thing here, trying to hold it open to let your light shine through. But there's basically a lot easier way, and it's just, you know, turn around, basically, in this picture. And by doing that, she's got her head down on her knees, and you are actually, we've got this Knight of Emotions reversed, so it's like you're blocking that flow of energy and that flow of love and creativity, intuition from coming in, okay? And now what I'm looking at, I've got quite a few cards here that talk about mirroring. So I've got like 5. So first we got the sacred pool, okay? Now with the sacred pool, this talks about, it's basically like you going to this pool and looking at yourself and seeing your shadow, seeing your good, seeing all of yourself, okay? And that's what you are needing to do. Now, this situation from the past is coming back because it is basically like the sacred pool for you. It's the mirror for you to be able to see yourself. Not that it's going to be exactly like you. That's not what it means at all. It's just, it reflects back to you something within you. So, say for instance, like if someone, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something simple. Like if someone were to do something and you felt hurt, okay, for what, they did. Basically, it's for you to be able to look at why you are hurting. What is it that's hurting inside of you? What is it that you're feeling, okay? That's what it is. That's what it's trying to do. And you can see it's clarified by this 2 of emotions, which is like the 2 of cups. And see, these people, it's like one's upside down, one's upright. So like you can clearly be different, but they're both looking each other in the eyes. Okay? So that's what I mean by the mirroring. And again, next to it, and turned the other way, we've got the 8 of materials, which is a card that is symbolic of work. So like I said, it could be that you're trying to escape looking at yourself, looking at your shadow, looking at your emotions, feeling your emotions through work of some sort, or trying to take care of other things, always be keeping yourself busy. You see how she's got like a million arms doing a million different things. Okay? And by doing that, it's keeping you stuck with the 8 of voices, and also keeping you feeling like a lack with this 5 of materials, instead of going in through that threshold, that door. Okay? Now, the next oracle card, I'm going to show you actually the cards clarifying it first, because well, I've got another card here of mirroring with this 7 of voices. Okay, so this is what it looks like upright. So this is the illusion with it upright. And reversed, this is what's underneath. So this is like you looking at both sides of yourself. And again, we've got the 6 of materials, which it's like, that can talk about an equal give and take, but the way it's looking here is it's like, by looking in this sacred pool, like you're able to see what it is in you that needs the healing and needs to come to that balance, so that you can be not giving too much in a relationship and not taking too much in a relationship. And that can be with people, or that can be with work. So like if you're working 80 hours a week and you're not getting paid enough, then you're giving more than what you're receiving. And plus it's like you get no time to yourself, no relaxation, etc. Now what I'm showing with that 7 of voices reversed, it's like you are seeing that dark side, the shadow side of your own self. And there's a card of encouragement here. And this is like the universe basically encouraging you that you're not alone and that you're loved. And so we come to this Wizard of Awareness. And what I'm showing is that basically when you come to this awareness of what that shadow is within you, what that person is within you, what that job is that you need to let go, or that house, or that whatever it is, the addiction, if you have some kind of addiction, okay, there's going to be this struggle within you. And I actually see this as both of them you. You could be dealing with a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries though. But it's like on one end, you're looking over here, trying to hold on to these four, there are roses here, but this is like the past things that you're holding on to. Like these are the materials, okay? You don't want to let it go. And on this side, it's like you're inspired, you're free. And you can see in this picture, I don't know if you could see it on the camera, but she's got like her third eye is connected basically to the universe, to the light. It's open. She can see even though she's got her eyes shut. But she's inspired, okay? And I'm ultimately seeing that it's like you let go of that past, but it's like almost like this, do I have to type feeling. And then you're turning around and looking at the light and being inspired by that light. So just as you, and it's like just as you turn around, this is the way it works, right? Just as you turn around and you start to get connected, okay, you start to get that inspiration. This is like when you feel like the universe is playing tricks on you, okay? Because with this, I don't know how to say it, but it's like Taurus or something. It's got an eyeball on it, but you can see, okay? You're aware, right? But this is a card about timing, okay? And what I'm seeing here is that like perfect timing for this situation to come back for you with the wheel. Okay, this is something you've been through over and over again in your life. It could be, like I said, the toxic thoughts, the person. You could be dealing with a Gemini or an Aries coming back into your life. I've got both of those cards here. But anyway, so I'm showing that this comes back in. And it's something that you would normally say maybe that you love, okay? And what you're doing, though, is you're actually taking this leap in the other direction. You're like, no, like with this talisman card here in the beginning, you're like, no, I know it's not good for me, and I'm not going to do that, and I'm leaving it here, okay? So it's like you looked in the eyes and you saw what you were doing and realized that this situation, this experience, this thing, this person, this whatever it is, isn't good for you, okay? And that situation, that person that came back in was basically, they were the mentor for you to learn that. And all these cards are about letting it go, basically. Because it's like the mentor taught you that this thing that you've continuously repeated from your past was toxic and you were bonded by it, okay? Could have been dealing with a Capricorn, but it was causing you pain and heartbreak. And here it is, like you're hiding in the darkness, okay? And the darkness has eyes, okay? And then we've got the 9 of Inspiration and the 10 of Inspiration. The 9 of Inspiration talks about putting up boundaries sometimes. Like this card can indicate putting up boundaries. So you may need to do that with some people or with the different situations. But with the 10 of Inspiration, this is like the end of that cycle, okay? Now, and this is all still talking about that same situation, because I'm showing that you learn from it, and we've got the card of agape here. This is like like the universal love, the origin of all life, like universal consciousness. Okay, this is what you are gaining a new perspective of. So with that, it's like you realize your value, your worth, because you realize that you're the connection between you and everything that is. Okay, and we've got the Hanged Muse here. The Hanged Muse is inspired because the Hanged Muse develops like a new perspective on their situation. Sometimes it can indicate being stuck, but that's not what I'm seeing here, because you've got the agape with the Hanged Muse, and then we also got strength and the sun. Okay, and the sun is reversed. It could indicate, both of these cards are cards of Leo, so you could be dealing with a Leo coming back. But basically, it's like taking your strength to be able to like stay committed to this agape rather than chasing something that's not going to fulfill you ultimately. And the lion represents like your shadow, the part of you that you need to tame, because she's tamed this lion and now she's like sitting on the lion, being friends with the lion. Okay. And with the sun reversed, the sun is a good card. Like it, either way. Sometimes with it reversed, it can mean that it's delayed, or it's going to take time, or it's like in development. Does that make sense? But what I'm showing is it's like you make this vow basically to not go back. Okay? And here's just more cards indicating that this past thing is coming back in. We got the Chariot reversed. You could be dealing with a Cancer coming back in. And then the Six of Voices reversed, which indicates something returning to you. And then this Three of Materials, which indicates collaboration, which will lead to heartbreak, or like feeling like you're lacking emotionally again, is what I'm seeing. This is like sadness. She's got icy tears in this picture. And one thing I can see here is that you might actually have someone who was toxic for you coming in and proposing to you. So that's a situation you could be dealing with. But what you're being, the message to you is that you need to get time to yourself alone, relax, and like reconnect with your spiritual self, because there's something better for you. This is the last oracle card I got. It's a spiritual quest, and I'm going to read that message to you from the book. It's better than I can explain, but you are called to realize your full potential and to choose to become a force for good in the world. Whether or not you are aware of it, you are embarking on a great spiritual quest. Your soul is leading to a myriad of discoveries about who you truly are, and you came here to achieve this lifetime. Each of us has a unique journey that is tailored especially for us and designed for us to reach our highest potential. During this quest, you will gain significant insight into your purpose here on Earth. For many, this journey will have been preceded by a period of upheaval, confusion, and conflict, which has birthed a desire for greater clarity and concrete answers about the meaning and purpose of your life. From this spiritual journey you are undertaking, you will gain wisdom, enlightenment, and an enhanced sense of your personal power. As you travel on this path, make it a point to commit to the quest and not be tempted by distractions. See? That may cause you to veer off track. Ganesha urges you to focus your energy less on having and more on simply being. Your spiritual growth can be enhanced by the regular practice of meditation and self-reflection at this time. So that's your message, and I won't forget you next time. If you like this video, like, subscribe, share. I really appreciate that. Also, you can donate or schedule a personal reading with me if you'd like. There's information about that down below. So I will see you next time, okay? Thanks.